Hey everyone, in this video, I am going to be explaining a project that's going to take the course over a few days. So it's really important that you guys watch this video, stick with it. I know I'm going to be throwing a lot of information at you, but it's all going to be extremely helpful. So I am going over the whole project right now. So at the end of this video, if you still have questions, comments, concerns, please reach out to me. So basically, this is going to be towards the end of the investing unit for us. So this is going to be a pretty big project. And to be honest, it might be the last thing in the investing unit. So basically, you guys are going to become experts on a stock of your choosing. So everybody is going to pick a stock, and it's first come, first serve. So if someone comes in and chooses Nike, Nike is no longer available to any other student in that period. So someone in period one could have Nike, and period two and period three, just not the same class period. So this whole project is inspired by Jim Cramer, and he's basically a TV personality. He's extremely smart when it comes to investing, and he's the host of Mad Money on CNBC. So he has guests, he takes viewers' calls, and he just talks about investing. Now I'm going to include a link to one of his a clip of one of his shows. Now at the end of every show, and this is what your project is based off of, he does this thing called the lightning round, and it's usually anywhere from 3 to 4 minutes. But basically, people call in, they give him a stock, and he ultimately gives them, does he think they should buy, hold, or sell? And what's really amazing is he knows a lot about every stock these viewers are calling about. Now, when you watch this clip, just know he is a little crazy. He's always yelling, screaming, pressing buttons that make noise. And that's part of his whole personality. I don't expect that from you guys, but I do expect you to become an expert in one stock, even though he is an expert in many. So I'll link this video in the directions. You'll actually be able to find it right here. But just know that that is what this whole project is about. So basically, lights, camera, action. You've landed a position as a stock guru for CNBC, and your first assignment is you're going to deliver a report on a stock of your choosing. You have 1 minute of TV time, so you're going to deliver your report in 1 minute. So I really want you to make it count. Now, for this project, you guys, you are creating two things. Now, these two things right here are required. Okay, this is not optional. So one, you're going to be making a Google Doc, and two, you're going to be making a Google slide. Now, I will explain what goes on each of those. But basically, the doc is going to serve as a script. So you are going to write out everything you want to say in that 1 minute. Now, a lot of students are like, oh, I don't need to write it out. I know what I want to say. I'll just wing it. Absolutely not. For this project, you are 100% required to write out what you want to say. And I'll tell you what I want that to look like. In addition, you are going to be creating a few Google Slides to be used as visuals to support whatever you're talking about. So think about when you guys watch the news, usually there's like a picture over the shoulder of the reporter supporting whatever they're talking about. You guys are going to do just that. Now, the slides are also going to look a certain way, and I'll explain what that's going to look like in a moment too. So really, guys, it's two things that are ultimately going to be turned in. One, the doc, and one, the Google slide. But before I get into what those two things need to look at, I want to talk about how you sign up for a stock. So in the post that you found this video is going to be a Google Sheets. It has 3 periods, first period, second, and third. So make sure you're signing up in the correct spot. But ultimately, you guys are going to look through this list, identify a stock that you want to do, and go ahead and type your name in. Once there is a name inserted into the doc, no one else can pick that. So please do not type over anyone's name. I expect maturity from you guys. I've listed as many stocks as I can think of, but if you want to add stocks in, go ahead. I don't mind. Please just make sure that you are writing it down so no one else takes it. So this doc will be up. Once you've picked your stock, you can go ahead and close it out. That is yours. So please, again, do not type over any students' names. Now, what are you guys creating? So the first thing that you guys are creating is a script. Now, the script can look a certain way. The script can be bulleted points. Okay, so you can just type out what you want to say in bulleted form, or you can type it out in paragraph form. It is whatever is easier for you to read, because ultimately, guys, you will be presenting these. Now, if we never return back to school, we'll figure that out. But for right now, I want you to plan on presenting these. So I want you to have something to read off of. It'll make your life so much easier. So you guys can do it in either bulleted list or paragraph form. Now, what do I want you to write about? I've made it super easy. Right at the bottom here, so let me go ahead and scroll down, is a requirement of everything I want you guys to put into your script. So your script is going to start with an attention getter. Maybe you give me a fun fact about your company. Maybe you start with a joke. Maybe you start with a crazy story you heard about this company, or a question that you're going to ask the audience. I want everybody, and I know some of you will feel weird doing this, but I want everyone to start with an attention getter. Then basically you're going to tell me about your company. Okay. You know, what are they? Are they technology, consumer goods, healthcare, energy, etc.? Okay, what do they sell? Who are their competitors? What type of stock are they? Now, I just did a review on investing, a lecture a couple days ago. You can find the link up in the agenda. So if you don't remember what these are, check out that link. You're going to tell me like what the price was a year ago today. Do they offer dividends? What's their market cap? How many analysts are following them? And some headlines going on. Finally, you'll tell me, do you recommend to buy, hold, or sell? Now, I know you probably are a little overwhelmed right now, but at the end of each of these guys, I've put where you can find this information. So if you're struggling to figure out, oh wait, I don't know how to find this, look at these highlighted areas, because I'm trying to make it as easy as possible. If you find out you can't find it, even though you've tried, email me and I'll help you out. So your script, guys, is going to answer these things here. So again, you can keep it in a paragraph form if that's easier for you to kind of read, or you can put it in a bulleted list form. Now, I want it to have some sort of conversational tone. I don't want you to sound like a robot when you're reading and being like, this is the market cap. This is the current price. My company sells this. It should sound like me and you are just having a conversation. Really casual. I should really feel like it's just me and you talking, not me just talking to a robot that's reciting information. Okay, so that is the script. So think about it. It's just a script that you are reading with all this information. So when you go to present this, it's super easy. You're not nervous. You're just reading right off of it. Okay, you've already done the hard work. So that is the script, and I'll include some example scripts in just a moment. Now, let's scroll back up to the top. What does the visual need to look like? Now, I want you to understand something. The visual is not your normal presentation. This visual predominantly should be pictures, to be honest. I'm not looking for you to create a presentation that you stand up and read off of. It's more just a visual for the audience to look at. It's something to keep them entertained. So here are two examples of visuals, and let me just remind you guys, these are going to look completely different. It's up to you what you want on the screen as you're talking. So here's a Dunkin' Donuts example. And notice these are going to be short. There may be 5, 6, 7 slides, and there are a lot of pictures. So you might have these slides up for a little bit, and then you change slides. So this student had this slide. Maybe she was talking about what Dunkin' Donuts is, what they sell, etc. Again, I don't really remember. I just like the visuals. Then she had a slide come up that talked about current price, where it trades, its ticker symbol, etc. So she thought that this was a good slide to have up. She also used animations, which was nice. Here's some of their more products that she probably talked about. Talking about their competitors, referencing their EPS and PE, telling me which one is the better investment. And then she went into current price, the dividend, what it was a year ago, the market cap. She's telling me I should definitely hold it. And then basically the 2 news articles that she found, she deems them both bullish. And then she told me to invest. Okay, and thank you for your time. So that is a great example. I'll also include an Amazon example that you guys can click through and see how this student set it up. So it's really up to you what visuals you guys want in your presentation, but honestly, you might have 5, 6, 7 slides. If you have more than that, that's great. But just think of it as some pictures for your audience to look at while you are reading your script. There should not be a lot of text on these slides, you guys. It's going to be more pictures. I shouldn't see sentences written out. Okay. So that takes care of graphics that need to be used. Now, I put a few example slides in the directions as well. A lot of students will put the stock quote in their presentation because that covers a lot of information. A lot of students will put pictures of articles they found, and then they'll have that like buy, hold, or sell slide at the end. Okay, so those are your two things. You're creating the script and you are creating a visual. So those two things will get turned in eventually. At the end of the directions are some example scripts from actual students. What I love that these students did was they actually wrote a note to themselves when to change slides or click, so that while they were going through their presentation, they didn't even have to look up at the screen. They literally read off their slide the entire time, and that is totally fine. Please make sure, guys, that when you're done writing your script, time yourselves on your cell phones. It should be 1 minute. I've heard you guys talk about random nonsense for 1 minute. You can talk about a stock for 1 minute. Here's a student that did it in bulleted form, okay? But again, she didn't sound like a robot. She had like a conversational tone to it and kind of added to it as she spoke. And then if you're feeling up to it, I even had a student write a rap and then did the rap in class. So that's for my more daring students. So the script is going to look something like one of these. And these are at the bottom of the directions. And then you guys are going to have those visuals, okay? So I'll include these examples as well. All right. So that is the lightning round presentation. And if you guys look on the agenda, there are going to be multiple days to work on this project. So you want to make sure that you're staying on track with it. It's going to be a bigger workload. So once you're done watching the video, I want you guys to go on and go ahead and sign up for a stock. Please do not type over a student's name, but you are more than welcome to add to this list. Pop open the directions, reread what I'm looking for, and please make sure you are following where I'm telling you to find this stuff, because that is supposed to be helpful to you. Okay, I am going to be looking to see that all this information is included, and then you guys are going to go ahead and make a visual however you feel looks best, supporting those things that you guys are talking about. And ultimately, we should be presenting these in front of the class. But if we never return to school, we'll cross that bridge and we'll make a plan B. Okay. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about this, please let me know. Make sure to check out that YouTube video so you can kind of see what Jim Cramer is all about. I'm looking forward to these, and then email me with any questions.